Today I'm going to introduce to you the easiest way to improve your golf game. And this is an impact-based approach to teaching where you have to understand that impact is the most important point of any golf swing. I think that should be obvious. But from all the golf schools that I teach and lessons that I give, people that I interact with through my online membership, it seems that people are focused on how to take the club back, where they need to be in the backswing, how they need to transition, and hundreds of other things except for impact. So I rarely hear anybody talking about impact. I don't hear many other instructors, and I know there are some that focus on impact, but they also get into a lot of other areas which I think are totally unnecessary. So with my setup for impact single plane golf swing, the most important aspect of what we're trying to do is to develop great impact with the golf ball. The first step I'm going to share with you in a moment. Please first do me a big favor. It really helps my channel grow if you hit the red subscribe button below if you haven't already. That enables me to provide this free content for you. Also hit the bell to accept notifications to get notified as new videos get released. Even a simple thumbs up or commenting on the video help me out a lot. I try to respond to every comment. So the first thing we have to talk about with impact is how the club should be moving into impact and impacting the golf ball. Obviously, we want the club face to be square to the target at impact if we want to hit a straight golf shot. And most people, though, are focused on everything but that. To enable a square club face, what we need to do is to have the grip of the club leading the club head through impact. What that does is it greatly slows the rotation of the club face through impact, so it minimizes the amount of rotation, whereas most people have the club head passing the hands through impact, so there's a lot of rotation to the club face. All top players over the last 60 years that you can find, they all have the grip leading through impact. If you do this at home, you can stand up, pick up a golf club, stop the video, and just try to do this, get the grip leading, and look at the club face, and then do that, and you'll see rotation. Most people will tell you, well, yeah, the club rotates the same from here to here for all good players, so they assume that it's rotating all the way through, when actually most of the rotation is happening in good players here after impact, where the club goes from here to here. So we also obviously need the club moving on the right path, but the club face alone accounts for 75% of the direction that the ball is going to fly. And so most importantly, we need the face square. I like to backwards engineer the swing, saying we're going to work from impact backwards. So if my impact position is going to be here, from there I need to place my hands on the grip in a position that's going to be comfortable for impact. When I go to setup, it may feel different from what I'm used to, but the only way to develop a consistent impact with the hands leading is with a hand position on the grip that's going to allow that to happen consistently. I am a big advocate as far as the single plane golf swing. I've taught for over 25 years in starting with the wrists in an uncocked position, what Bryson DeChambeau refers to as ulnar deviation, where the wrists are in an uncocked position. So this would be an uncocked position, and it simply would look like this. There's a wide range of latitude in how exactly we can put the hands on the club as far as the leading hand and the trailing hand. Some like to have the hand more under, some like to have it more on top. My simple system teaches you how to find what's going to work best for you. So the second really important point is that we need a straight path through impact. We need the club head moving towards the target with the face square, obviously. The way to do that, again, grip leading, but we also need to continue the rotation of the body through impact. And what that does, you can see the club here on the ground, what that does is it keeps the club from going out in an arc, and it actually creates a straight spot here through impact. So we just need this little bit of a straight spot. If we learn to rotate, to turn our body, even if you're only able to rotate a little bit, it's going to make a huge difference. As long as the hands are leading, the face is square, We have a straight path. What also enables great contact is the same factors, that if the grip is leading and we're rotating through impact, the grip of the club gets pulled upward because of the rotation of the body, the straightening of the leading leg, and the rotation of the body. That creates what's known as a flat spot. So the club comes in and it's really shallow, almost flat through impact. And we're looking for an area about like this, a long flat spot. And so breaking swings, you can see the top players when their club goes through and it comes in and it's really low from impact forward for 6 to 8 inches. This is also the same effect that allows you to hit the center of the club face. If you take a ball, put it on a countertop and put the club straight, you would see that the ball would make contact with the club low on the club face. Tilt the grip forward and you'll see all of a sudden it's more in the middle of the face. So all these are reasons why top players have always had the grip leading through impact, even though their styles and swings look totally different. So you'll see guys on tour take the club back, something like that, Matthew Wolff. You see Jim Furyk, Freddie Couples. You see guys at the back with their wrist bowed, Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, players like that. You see players with the wrist cupped at the back, at the top of the backswing. Yet you go for lessons with somebody and they tell you that's wrong. And you end up working on stuff like that for months and years and don't make any progress. My goal is to offer you the quickest fix to your golf game that you've ever seen. And if you follow my simple program step by step, you will achieve that, because I'm going to get you not only working on impact, but I'm going to teach you a setup that makes it a lot easier to return the club to that position through impact. So basically, as I said, we're setting up with the wrist in this ulnar deviated position, or uncocked. This is cocked, this is uncocked. Most people are starting with the wrists in a cocked position. The problem with that, when the wrists straighten or become uncocked through impact, the club head's moving on average about 4 inches away from you through impact. And that's why you have trouble not only hitting the ball square, you're hitting fat and thin shots, topping the ball, but it's also trying to square the club face while that's happening. That's brutally difficult. This setup is going to make it a lot easier, and what I recommend is simply setting up and then raising the hands to that position and keeping the same distance from the ball. So it doesn't require new golf equipment to convert to the setup for impact single plane golf swing. So all we need to do, change that. Now that's assuming your clubs fit in the first place. If they don't fit, my number one recommendation is to go to Club Champion Golf. They're the best at fitting golf clubs that I've ever seen. They have locations all around the United States. If you put in my name, Kirk Junge, they'll treat you like a VIP. So you can play golf with any clubs, but you're just going to play better golf with clubs that are closer to fitting you perfectly. So once we get in the setup position, we have the wrists here. We're also going to move the hips slightly towards the target, which eliminates the need to have to do that during the swing. To shift the hips over, we're going to keep the head back. That adds a little bit of tilt away from the target, which is what all good ball strikers have at impact anyway. So once we're set up, then all we have to do, again, here's going to be impact, that's going to be impact, so we'll work from there and say, if that's going to be my impact position, I need to see that the club face is square, and then I'll go back to my setup position where my hips and body are square to the target line, and then I'll practice getting to that position through impact. So I would make a lot of swings like that, and I take you step by step through it on my website. And so you just practice hitting some short shots, trying to hit them straight. And my memberships allow you to submit videos for my review, taking you step by step through the drills. You start with drill number 1, it's a really short swing. There's some different variations on it, which are really important. I share with you my practice routine that I use that's made me a better ball striker now at 57. than I've ever been in my entire life. And you can do this too. You can quickly improve your game with my online program. So check that out. I also have golf schools around the country. Trying to get also new instructors signed up. I have a simplified instructor program which allows for a quicker certification to allow for teaching of private lessons. Trying to get instructors available around the country. So I'm going to hit a couple shots for you from my setup position. I always like to make a couple practice swings, just trying to feel easy contact here. I haven't hit any balls yet today. I'm on the back of the range here where it's a little bit shaggy, but we'll do the best we can. Just dead straight. So swing works great once you get used to the setup and focusing on making impact. So everything I'm doing, it's about trying to make impact. I use practice swings to try to find how far to stand from the ball. It's these practice swings really that are showing me the bottom of the swing is here past the ball, the bottom of the swing arc, and it's also showing me the distance from the ball. So I'll keep that the same, and then when I go to the ball, all I have to do is swing back and through. Another dead straight shot. And the swing's the same regardless of what club you're going to use. Just keep it simple, make some practice swings, find your distance from the ball. Then we can customize the grip position, stance width. All of the details are on my website, setupforimpact.com. Any questions or comments, put them in the box below. I try to respond to all reasonable questions and comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.